Planet Vero Studio is powered by the Nolan Group of eXp Realty. MyNextHomeFinder.com.
What's up, everybody? I'm David Yakir.
And I'm Susan Keller-Horn.
And you're listening to Yak About Today in Film, where you never know where the film will end. I said it wrong.
You did say it wrong, but it's a new tagline for us.
Right. So get up, put your headphones on, go for a run, and listen to what we yak about today. Hey, thanks for listening again. I'm here with Susan Keller-Horn, and wow.
I'm exhausted.
It's over. 1 year in the making, four extraordinary days.
It was awesome. The festival was amazing. And if you weren't there, you should have been there because you would have had the best time ever.
Our filmmakers loved it. Our audiences loved it. We were told we had some great films. We were told by the filmmakers that they love coming to the festival, possibly because we do take such good care of them. We provide them with housing. We develop parties. We throw parties for them. We have special filmmaker forums. So it was incredible.
Fun. It was incredible. I know our filmmakers loved all the connections that they made. They're still talking about it. I'm emailing with them. I'm talking to them on the phone. It's just been incredible, and they've just had a blast.
You know, when Susan, when I open up, you know how we all open up the films at all the different venues, and you know we explain what's going on, and then the first thing we do is we run the sponsor reel. And, you know, the conversation, I know it's sort of usual. Everybody expects these are the sponsors, and we get up and talk about the sponsors for the film festival. But what I try to explain to everybody is I know they see it often, but it is not possible that we can make this happen without our sponsors. And I feel like we have to say it over and over. And I used to joke with the audience, and I used to tell them, you know, by the end of the day, I want you to buy something from all our sponsors. And that's because they have, some of them really, most of them do it from the kindness of their heart, but some of them do it because they need a return on their investment. And by sponsoring this and us making a big deal about it, you know, means a lot and can do a lot for their business. But what's different in this year in the way we did our sponsorships is we had, how many venues did we have for the films?
1, 2, you're asking me questions I wasn't prepared for.
Okay, I think I could
3, 4 main locations. Then we had an extra space in the Theater Guild. We had the Majestic Theater, and we were at the Chambers.
The Heritage Center, the Executive Courthouse, which we got.
Yes, and the Women's Club.
And the Women's Club. And what sponsors did for us is that obviously these venues don't come free. We can get them because we got a sponsor for them. And I'll give you an example. You know, in Vero Beach, we have the Vero Beach Outlets, and they were kind enough to sponsor our headquarters, which was the Heritage Center. And so that saved us the entire cost of using the Heritage Center as our home. The courthouse was...
Executive Courthouse. It was Lulich Attorneys. Lulich and Attorneys, they were fabulous. They had such a great time at the festival, too. But they sponsored that. And when you sponsor a venue, you also get a film that you get to sponsor. So they did the introductions for Delivering Hope, which was a fabulous documentary. And we really thank Lulich and Attorneys because they were fantastic. And they had so much fun because that's what it is. When you're a sponsor, not only do you get the benefit of advertising your business, you get the benefit of having a fantastic 4-day weekend. So.
I love Dale Sorensen, by the way. If you, bought us our passes. You know, the passes that if you came to the festival, the ones that you picked up, and it said the pick for the Cinema Select. But if you turned it around, it had Dale Sorensen.
I almost wore my pass just so you could see that, and I totally forgot. I am so sorry. But yes, you could see Dale Sorensen, and we're so thankful to them for sponsoring those passes. It looked great.
And of course, Sunshine Furniture provided us with the furniture at our VIP lounge, or Kite Capital.
Sunshine Furniture. Let's go back to them a little bit. I mean, he just said, though, they provided the furniture. If you went into the women's club, we had the Hidden Lounge. They provided all the furniture in the Hidden Lounge. It was beautiful. It was comfortable. It was a place where our sponsors, our VIP cinema pass holders, and our filmmakers could all go and sit and relax. And then Harvey Cornix had donated a bunch of his private collection wine. And so we were serving that wine there. We had food. It was a fun place to just kind of regroup if you were between films or if you just needed a break. It was really awesome. It was also a great place to just interact with other people. But also, Sunshine Furniture provided the furniture we had at the Heritage Center. So you sat outside. There was a wonderful little tent, and you could sit underneath the tent. And then we also used the furniture inside for some of our seminars. It was a lot of fun.
And I think, we could go down the list of sponsors, but I think, Susan, what we should do is probably, through the course of us recording our shows, maybe we bring up the sponsors and how much they mean to us and what they actually provided. I'd love to do the whole show on sponsors. But
these were all our superstar sponsors, and let's finish them up. We had Kite Capital Partners. That's Kelly Kite. So not only is he a sponsor through his business, which is Kite Capital Partners, he sponsored the Second Theater Guild, the smallest theater, but he's also a huge donor as well as to the festival, and he sits on our board, and we really thank Kelly Kite for that.
And I'll share a little secret about Kelly. When I was about to have a total meltdown in preparing the festival, right, Kelly would come to my side and just prop me up. So, thanks, Kelly. That awesome. Was great. Treehouse. You remember, we talked about this earlier. Treehouse sponsored our white party.
Yes, Cinema de la Mer.
Cinema de la Mer. And they did it in a way that really touched us. They had given us this great discount for us to hold our event, the white party, as we're calling it. And then at the end of the evening, they gave us back all the money that we had given them.
Yes.
And in return, we really wanted to give them one of our best venues, and that was the Theater Guild itself. So really proud to have the relationship. And by the way, go to Treehouse whenever you have any kind of event. And I think Major,
that's all our major sponsors. But we actually have to start talking about our winners of the festival.
Yes.
We had a fantastic festival. It was so much fun, and every film, I wish I could give an award to every film, but we can't do that. But we had a jury select winners from each of our categories, and then some of our categories, we had an Audience Choice Award as well. So, David, you want to talk about maybe? I'll talk about this.
Let's do this. Let's explain. I think so. If you're watching this on Facebook or Spotify, which it'll be on eventually in video form, we're going to show the posters that we're talking about. If you're listening to this as a podcast only, we'll be posting the posters on our Facebook sites and probably Instagram. So we should have that up shortly. But again, if you're watching this, then you'll see some of the posters of what we're talking about.
You know what? This might be a good point for us to take a break, and then we'll get back to the show with all of our winners, because I just want everybody to know who everybody thought was amazing.
All right. We'll be right back. Thanks for listening.
Dr. Stephen Tate offers the safest and most efficient technique for customized cataract surgery. Patients are personally counseled on the best approach for their needs and lifestyle. From multifocal lenses that allow for distance and reading vision to toric lenses that correct astigmatism, let New Vision Eye Center guide you safely through your options. For world-class eye care on the Treasure Coast, visit newvisioneyecenter.com.
Are you a therapist or a nurse seeking the multi-state compact license? In the state of Florida, these and many other industries require a Level 2 live scan background check for clearance to work in your industry. A1A Fingerprints is your certified live scan source from Broward to Brevard. And if you're a medical provider, you need to be registered on the ACA web portal. A1A Fingerprints will help you navigate and comply with the law. Call 772-494-6556 or visit a1afingerprints.com. A1A Fingerprints.
Who's got time to clean? When you need it clean, call Germ Wizards LLC. Using the most up-to-date equipment, Germ Wizards pays strict attention to detail. They make dust disappear. Whether you need your office to sparkle, your home to shine, or you want to give someone a great gift, hire the Germ Wizards. It's easy to get a quote online. There's even an online portal to discuss details directly with your cleaning professional. Visit GermWizardsLLC.com. Make dust disappear with Germ Wizards.
At Sunshine Furniture, our 35,000 square foot showroom is filled with the largest selection of in-stock coastal furniture on the Treasure Coast. Dining and bedroom sets, occasional tables, sofas, sleeper sofas, love seats, and chairs, including lots of slipcover styles from Universal, Four Seasons, and Capri. We also have a gallery of Tommy Bahama and Lexington furniture with styles designed for a relaxed approach to the finer things in life. Right now, we're having a summer sale with lots of great markdowns, including all pictures, lamps, and accessories half price. Sunshine Furniture, $12.95 US 1 in Vero Beach next to Planet Fitness. Family owned and operated since 1991. Don't forget to visit our outlet and closeout store directly across the street and visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com.
Sunshine Furniture brightens up your day. Sunshine Furniture, the best in every way. Ooh, have a sunshine day. Sunshine.
ITEX, or International Trade Exchange, is the largest barter company in the world, with over 25,000 members offering goods and services. We're a marketing company that brings you new business in the way of trade, with over 200 local members enjoying the benefits of ITEX, like lawyers, doctors, plumbers, media, printing, and more.
Hi, this is Liz Bowler. Contact me and find out why barter through ITEX has been smarter for over 30 years. 772-532-1881. Visit itex.com.
Hey, and we are back. So what we're going to do is, to the best of our ability here,
Let's talk about the winners.
we're going to talk about the winners of the 2022 Vero Beach Film Festival. And I think we're starting off with the next up. These are the student films. And the winner of that for dramatic short is Code Red, and we do have a funny story.
Yes, Code Red. Jada Poon was the director of that film. It comes from Ringling College. What's our funny story, David? I'm not really sure.
So when I started watching Code Red, without giving away the plot of it, I think it's a girl's coming of age story. I think that's what you would call it. It was the type of story that I was sort of had difficulty watching until I spoke to all the women that surround me. And they explained to me that every woman's going to love this because every woman has experienced this episode in their lives. And then finally...
You can tell people what it's about.
Go ahead.
It's about getting your first period. And it's not fun for any young girl. It's very difficult. And Jada made this film fun and funny. And I remember when we interviewed her, she had told us that she did it because she was working with all men. And I think she had gotten her period and she was really annoyed. I was going to say pissed off, but oops, I said it. She was very annoyed that they just couldn't get it. They couldn't get anything that was going on with her. And so that's how she came up with the concept for the film. And it is funny. It is so well done. We showed it at our awards ceremony, and a lot of people who hadn't attended student awards were like, oh my gosh, a student did that? It was amazing.
Amazing.
It was amazing.
Okay, next up.
We got the other student, the documentary award, and that's Alexis Yahir, and her film, her film is Nature's Secrets, Florida State Parks, and it's a great little documentary about our Florida state parks and where you can go. And she talks about some hidden locations and places that you really might not know about because they're smaller or just less well known. And it's a sweet little documentary, and she did a great job. So congratulations. It was great.
And Vero Visions. Now, this is special. Vero Visions really is the submitted films from our local area filmmakers.
Right. We take films from the Treasure Coast, or either they're filmmakers from the Treasure Coast, or they are about the Treasure Coast. And we had some fantastic films. Fantastic films. And I think that was one of our big venues. That was at the Theater Guild, and I think we practically filled the whole place.
And we showed it again at the
Small Theater Guild.
And actually, we showed it at the finale, the award ceremony, at the Majestic Theater, which was the only one of our venues that was a actual movie theater.
Right.
And it was won by our very own. Somebody is so beloved in this community. I don't know anybody that doesn't love Zach, but it was Zach Gruber, and he had a film about the word the. And I was really taken his use of understanding the and language, and it's
a definite actually, you know what? I don't know. It's a definitive article. That's what the is.
How do you remember that?
Because I just do.
Does she say it in the film?
It does. It does. And I could be wrong, though. I might have the wrong name for it. But
and you can see it in front of you. The poster is up, I see.
Yes.
And I hope he continues along those lines on language. Well, I should introduce him to Wittgenstein, Ludwig Wittgenstein. Anyway, that was Vero Visions, comedy short.
Comedy short was the jury award for comedy short, because now we have awards that are getting both a jury and an audience choice award. The jury award went to Dragon Poets of Boston, and that was made by Gordon David LePage. I was kind of bummed that they didn't make it here because it was one of my favorite comedies. It made me laugh. It made me feel like I was sitting in a room with my great uncles, not my regular uncles, but they're pretty funny too, but with my great uncles just sitting and chatting, and it just cracked me up. It was so much fun.
It was also so smart.
It really was.
Smart, right? And the audience award went
to Pat Hoosier with the film Bandwidth.
I love this guy, by the way.
Oh, I think he's so fun.
And
he's so much funny.
This is the short that we showed actually to jumpstart the festival. We showed it to our volunteers on our very, very first meeting when we started developing the festival. And what it was, it was a depiction of something we all go through. You know, we're all on our computers, we're all streaming, virtually everything we do around the house has to do with getting the right bandwidth and our speeds and all that from the internet. And this was about a gentleman who was doing a job interview, and in his big house, everybody was drawing on the same routers and bandwidth, and he couldn't keep a connection. Very, very funny, a very funny film.
It really was. People were howling. Our next award winner is the documentary shorts, and the jury winner was Eddie's World by Lynn Goldfarb. And it was a beautiful story.
Eddie was is an inventor, and currently about 101 years old, and he hasn't stopped. But he invented so many things that our generation grew up with, like the chattering teeth.
Yep.
And all these games. I mean, multiple games he
I
developed.
loved, and it was just so fun. There was a cowboy hat that he invented where if you took your cowboy hat off and you put it in front of you, it had a gun shoot out. Now, that doesn't sound very politically correct, but it was funny and really, really
Well, that
neat.
was in the days where every boy had a holster with two guns in it.
Yes, all about cowboys and Indians.
That's right, cowboys and Indians.
So,
right.
And that was really an awesome film. It was the jury winner, but people loved it.
Can I do the audience? It's the audience award. Connecting to the dots. This is actually a documentary that played along a film. called Feeling Through, about an experience this particular director had hanging around on the Upper West Side of Manhattan, where he runs into a deaf and blind guy, and it shows how they developed their ability to communicate and how they got emotionally involved in a short film. The Connecting the Dots is the documentary on how they made that film, which was equally fascinating. And I love the idea that we showed them together. We don't usually show a narrative and a doc together, but in this case, it really worked.
It was a special event, and the entire thing was put together with the help of the Helen Keller Foundation. So, and the original film, Feeling Through, actually was an Academy Award nominee. So they were very special. It was an awesome thing. So you want to do the documentary? Oh, no, dramatic shorts.
Dramatic shorts.
Dramatic shorts.
Go ahead.
Got to go through this.
Bombs.
So, dramatic shorts. So let me look at our list. The jury award was Bombs Bursting in Air. Beautiful story. It talks about people just being in really different circumstances, and this one woman, I'm having trouble. It moved me very much. I'm sorry, I'm having trouble describing it. But the filmmaker is Lydia Karotko, and it's about it's about a woman who has to leave her husband, and she ends up in the opposite end of town.
Yes, she ends up she comes from the segregated black part of town. She ends up in the white part of town, and she ends up in a bar running away from her husband who has abused her. And she meets up with, I think he's a Russian bartender, or he owns the bar, and he's got a series of problems that I think came out of the war that he was dealing with, and it was about the way the two of them bonded. Excellent film.
Excellent film.
I think we have the
audience choice. Audience choice. And this is one of your favorites. One of my favorites too. And the filmmaker's one of my favorites too. Well, actually, they're all my favorites.
I think. Let me see if I can articulate this. It's about.
You got to tell the name.
Indelible. I'm sorry, it's Indelible, and it's about a very senior man who goes in and plays the piano for the rest of the people in his home.
Right. It's mostly memory care patients. He's not a memory care patient. He's a hospice patient, and he plays the piano for them, and he plays for the memory care patients, and
the melodies send them back in time. You know, the melodies that he's playing, they go back and they have memories from long, long ago. It's so sweet. I mean, it's sort of emotional too, you know? Anyway, I know we're going to be running out of
Oh, no, I know.
film.
We have 2 more to go. So we have the documentary feature, which was Refuge, and that was Din Blankenship is the filmmaker, and everyone raved about this one. It is unfortunately one of the ones I haven't had an opportunity to see yet, so I definitely plan on seeing it.
And it won actually both of the awards.
Right,
the
jury and the audience choice.
Right. The narrative feature length was Coming Up for
Air was the narrative feature for the jury. They won the jury award. Great film and great opportunity to talk about the film afterwards. We brought in Milo Thornton from the sheriff's office, and we brought in Deb Scuderi-Engel from Suncoast Mental Health, and we had a real conversation about mental health after that film.
You can go back and actually watch that podcast on Facebook.
Yes.
It's up there now.
Yes. And the audience choice was
The Brink of.
The Brink of. And that was so much fun. It's a really sweet story about a couple who are trying to make it in the music industry. And Patrick Meany, the filmmaker, his mother-in-law is actually here in Vero Beach, and that's how they found us for the film. And it's really a great film. And we ended up having the singers from the film sing over at Edgewood Eatery at one of our after parties after our many fabulous parties. So it was a lot of fun, and just love all the participation of all our filmmakers. And I'm so proud of our winners. I'm proud of everyone who actually brought their film here, because they're amazing and they really make this festival a fantastic place.
I'm glad we got out the winners' names. Just to close it, we've got a few more seconds. I miss it. I miss it. It's like being on a high for 4 days, and it's exhausting, and you work all year toward it. Yeah. Anyway, goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.